Code of conduct.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I put in extra work that just can't be found. I took the sword out the stone, wasn't a thing. Look me in my eyes cause I'm a king. Look me in my eyes cause I'm a king. God made me punch in accurate numbers. My castle won't crumble. What I tackle will fumble. I've been a leader when they ain't see it, but now my feet is up. According to me, royalty didn't end with King Tut. Crown on my head, clouds is at my legs. Big says sky is the limit. I look down on the ledge. I push the bar like I'm opening a cell. Hands in my cookie jar, you won't come out with a single nail. I need all of mine. The weight of my shoulders won't fit on a scale. What's a king to a giant? Well, Goliath fell. Even if we playing chess, dog, this king can't be checked. I make all my moves on the board, I invented my steps. I'm a king, the blood of a ruler. I feel like Mansa Musa. Make your squad disappear like landing by the Bermuda. Triangle, look at it from my angle. I'm a king, the closest thing to being one of God's angels. I'm a king. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I put in extra work that just can't be found. I took the sword out the stone, wasn't a thing. Look me in my eyes cause I'm a king. Look me in my eyes cause I'm a king.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is the Code of Conduct with the King podcast. I am your host, Jay Spence the King, and I am very, very excited. I have a special show today because I have a special guest, so I won't waste too much time by talking to you by myself, but I have Mr. Josh Thomas of the Arizona Cardinals, formerly of the Buffalo Bills, joining me. Big things popping all week. Big things popping. Then next week, I got Josiah Johnson. Some know him as the GOAT of NBA Twitter. He's just the meme king. He's hilarious. His father's a former NBA player. And I just wanted to get him on and have a conversation about the difference between NBA and NFL contract situations, how the NFL seems to have more control over their players, whereas the NBA seems to have more power and more control over their careers, and just have a good discussion about who has more power, who has less power, why is this and why is that. So so Josiah is going to be on next Tuesday. That's May the 2nd. He's going to be on joining me. It's going to be a good time. Draft week. So I'm not going to waste no more time. Let's get right into it. Before I do, because I already know when I start talking to my man Josh, we gonna go on it. So I got a quick message from my man Buffalo Freddy, and then let's get to it.
Okay, here's the deal. I know as Bills fans, we wait all year for the fall and the winter so we can go to the Bills games. I get it. Trust me, I do. But let me tell you why this time of the year is elite. It's party time. And we're going to party for so many reasons, whether it's a graduation party, a birthday party, family reunion, or just because it's Saturday and the weather's perfect. Here's the thing. My guy, Buffalo Freddy, has everything you need to make your party the best party of the year. We have everything from chairs and tables to premium tents, water slides, wet and dry bounce houses, and so much more. And that's not all. The best barbecue catering in Western New York has you covered, whether it's a small party or a corporate gathering. Buffalo Freddy Barbecue Catering makes everything easy for you. Rentals and bookings available now at www.buffalofreddy.com, or you can call 716-4FREDDY. That's 716-437-3339. Remember, for all your party rental needs, just call 4Freddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know I'm happy. I'm excited. I got another, just a good dude all around, somebody who I got the chance to kick it with a couple times now, former Buffalo Bill, current Arizona Cardinal. My man Josh Thomas is in the house for the Code of Conduct. What's going on with you, man?
What's good, Jay Spence, man? I appreciate you having me on, man. Always good to talk to you, chop it up with you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you doing this, man. It's kind of overdue. Last year, I felt like I was supposed to do it, and then because we talked at Levi's event last year, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to link. And then the way the year went, man, with the shooting and everything like that. When I tell you, I really just dropped the ball with the pod. So I'm getting back around to everything the way I need to, but now is the time. Now is the right time to do it. So you in the thick of things with OTAs right now. How's that going for you?
It's going good, man. Just getting around the guys for the first time, new teammates, new faces, new coaches, and just trying to learn the system. and just trying to build some chemistry with the guys on the team, which is always good because just being in the locker room every day, seeing guys putting in a lot of work in the meeting rooms and in the weight room for right now, and hopefully when we get to the field, it's just always good to be around the guys and put in some sweat equity together. And so that's what we're doing right now. And I just like being around my teammates, man. I'm always like I just like being where my guys are. I always feel more comfortable, you know. And so just being with those guys, working out, trying to learn the system with the new coaches, it's been going well, I think.
And so that's interesting for you too, because now, so this is since being a pro, this is your third coaching staff, right? Because
Yeah,
you had the
it
same
is.
staff in
Yeah,
Buffalo.
I didn't
Then
think
okay,
about
so
that, but yeah, it is. That's crazy.
so and I get it. It's still early stages of OTAs, like very early, but you know, with just seeing what you can see now, is there a, because I feel like most times it's like it's the pros. It is what it is. Like every city you go to, it's the pros. Obviously, some teams are doing better than others, but it's the pros. Do you see anything that's really different for you, or anything that makes you say, I mean, I just show up, do my job. It's the same everywhere I go.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's just like I would say it's just like pieces to a puzzle when it comes to like my role on the team or just anybody's role or just even the playbook. Like it's mostly that everybody's running similar concepts. It's just like, oh, here we call it this and here we call it this, but it's the same concept. So just being able to familiarize it once you learn the concepts of the defense and then what the offenses is trying to attack you with and what your weaknesses are, you can pretty much play in any system. It's just learning that jargon. That's always what we talk about. So just making sure everybody on the same page. And then the most thing I'd probably say is just the culture. Like we building that culture now in Arizona that I feel like they did so well in Buffalo. It's just, you know, being around the guys, talking to each other, just learning about the man and not just a football player. That always helps. So when I know where you come from and what you believe in, what you stand on, it's always easier for me to go out there and play hard for the guy next to you when you know what kind of person he is, you know. So I feel like we getting to that point here in Arizona, but that takes time. It ain't easy to get there.
I feel like that has to be a little frustrating though. Like to go into a situation that you feel like is a lot closer, I guess, to having the culture that you were expecting. You know, like because when you got to the Cardinals, Kyler was healthy, obviously. I know D-Hop had the suspension, but D-Hop was there. You had J.J. Watt. So I mean, like now you're going into a different thing, and really, I would almost look at you. I would assume that the team would also look at you. Okay, you have some experience from a team that has an established culture. We're gonna kind of put you in a little bit more of a leadership role, or you know, kind of use you in that way. Have you seen that early so far?
I wouldn't say that. I'm really just trying to still get my bones in the league. Honestly, I haven't really played as much as I would like to, of course, but I've been around good players. I've been around good teams in Buffalo and in Arizona. I've seen how great players work, and so I feel like I know what I can bring to the table as far as production on the field and in the locker room. Just being a leader, being a guy who I'm not really gonna say too much unless you know the situation arises. But usually I just lead by example by going hard, showing up early, staying late, taking care of my body, being in a routine every day. So like even now, like guys know 7 o'clock every morning, like they're gonna see JT gonna be in the sauna. They just know that's where I'm gonna be at every day, before and after, just taking care of my body, making sure my muscles is loose and warm, making sure I'm hydrated and stuff like that. So everybody know, like, you feel me? So like people know that I'm on routine, that I'm locked in, and so hopefully people see that I'm locked in, and hopefully help them want to do the same thing.
Man, you know, and it's crazy. I hit you not too long ago. So it's probably like every other day or a couple times a week. You're posting some clips from your workouts or something that, like, I think the one that I commented on, you and Levi Wallace were working out together.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, man, I gotta get on it, man. And you like, yo, just get with the program, let's get it. But
no
dude,
doubt.
like, you're not joking at all when you say take care of your body. It's like it's impressive. You know, I think for me that's the biggest thing that I recognize about professional athletes that's different, even from people that say, no, I go to the gym every day. Y'all really work out. It's not like you go to the
Yeah, it's
gym and you
different
kind
for
of got
sure.
like y'all really into it. So with that being the case, so with OTAs at this point, a lot of guys will say like, well, no, it's just working out. We all get together and it's just workout. is it just a glorified workout session with the crew, or is it one of those things where you still can kind of get a little bit more? Because I know you can't talk football really legally yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like speed. Like we work in just dynamic, explosive movements, just getting our body conditioned to make football movements. So like right now it's phase one where you do a lot of straight line sprinting, just getting your body back in football shape. It takes a longer time than people really think to get your body to where it's able to play 60 minutes of NFL football. Like that's not like a 2-month thing where you can just start in June and be ready by August. Like it has to be from now until September. Even if you're not in the building, every guy in the NFL is working out, making sure they body right, doing sprints, squats, just a lot of, you got to load the body up to be able to take all that punishment we take during the season. So yeah, man, I wouldn't say it's glorified for sure because how much they talk about it sometimes, but it's definitely a good thing that guys are working out now, like just not too much intensity, but enough to progressively get to where by the time camp start, everybody's good, everybody's tissues are feeling right, everybody's just feeling healthy out there. Because I'm an exercise science major, so I know a lot about the body and how you're supposed to take care of it and what the things it needs to perform. And so that helps me a lot. I really don't. I mean, I use people to help me with my body as well, but I know the information myself, so I can just apply it. I just apply it to my daily life.
And you know what? When you said that actually it took me to a different place of like when you see guys get signed like mid-season, it'd be like week 6, and they just jump in and start playing. And so when you say like, yo, no, it really takes time to even get into the type of game shape that you need to be in. I guess that's impressive on one hand, but it's almost an impossible thing that teams ask guys to do. Like, you know, hey, it's week 6, come in and we need like last year with the Bills, Cole Beasley came in, I think it was like week 15. Like that doesn't happen.
That's your opportunity though. Like you got to take advantage of opportunity. It's crazy. People don't know, like coming off the street and hopping into an NFL game is like, I don't even know how you could compare it to anything else besides coming off the street and trying to hop into an NBA game. Like the speed of the game is just so different. And like, it's not even that your body can't perform as well as you want. It's your mind. You're not being able to process. Like for Cole Beasley as a slot receiver, he gotta see what the safety doing, see what the nickel doing. If the mic coming out to him, if the nickel blitzing, the safety coming down, like that's just a lot of things to process, and to have to do it in a game or even in a playoff game, and you haven't been there all 6 months practicing. You know what I'm saying? Getting that work. Sometimes, you know, like when Bees was there, my first year, that stuff was like clockwork. And that takes reps. It takes time. It takes doing it 1,000 times. Like that 10,000 hours is no joke. Like it takes that much time to really get it how you want it to, how it should look. You know, when it looks good on Sunday, that's how it's supposed to look. That takes time. And so just trying to hop out there is really it's your mind, and then your body just once your brain shut down, like from trying to mentally process all the stuff you need to, your body just gonna follow suit. And so, I mean, guys who get out there and make the most of opportunity, it's definitely impressive.
Man, I just once you explain it that way, it takes it to a different space. Like it's just wild to me to imagine, because, like I said, just knowing how much you guys work out. Because I'm sure, look, so I'll stick with Cole as an example. I'm sure Cole was still working out at home. You know, like I'm sure that, but like you said, it's just a different thing once you come from the couch to the game, or not the couch, but even the gym at home to the game. Is just a different speed. With the OTAs going on right now. So like obviously, so Hop is in the process of being traded. You got other teams around the league that have like a star or somebody who doesn't show up. I just wanted to ask you this because I feel like it's a conversation that kind of bounces off of the fans a lot, but I feel like the players probably don't see it the same way. How do you feel about it? So like, you know, you showing up to OTAs and you putting in all the work you're doing. Like you said, you in the hot room at 7 a.m. and you on it every day. And then I don't even know who to pick on out here, but let's just say Hollywood Brown decides, yo, I'm not coming to OTAs this year. I got better things to do, or whatever the reason. How do the guys in the locker room typically look at that?
I mean, guys know everybody's situation is different. That's what I would say. Like for me, I worry about Josh Thomas. Like if I know I need to be LTAs, I'm gonna be LTAs. I can't worry about what Hollywood or what D-Hop got going on, because their situation is different from mine. And so I mean, you guys got to, as a grown man, you got to respect each man's decision that he gonna do what's best for him. And when time comes for everybody to come back, we're gonna come back. We're gonna be teammates. We're gonna try to work together and do everything we can to win games. And so, like, I would say that when a star player or even a player that's looking for a contract, everybody know that it's a business at the end of the day. And so you got to do what's best to maximize your market value out there. And so if you got to make that tough decision, that just is what it is. But for me, I would rather be around my teammates, but I know that's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how you can conduct business and get the things that you want, especially contractually. So, I mean, every man got to do what he can to get the most that he can out of this game. And so I'll never knock somebody for doing that. Just when everybody come back, I know he going to come to work like everybody else, pick up his hard hat and go to work. And, like, I know those dudes, like Hollywood's here. And he's working, and he's going to work. But I know even D Hop or whoever not here, they putting in work just like everybody else. It's just they not here with us.
Yeah, and for sure, I use Hollywood as an example just because I knew he was here, so I didn't want to make it too specific because I didn't want to. Again, I know you honest, but at the same time, I just don't even want to make it anything quotable. It was more so just because I feel like I said, I feel like players look at a lot of this stuff differently than the fans do, for multiple reasons. But fans are all up in arms, like, what do you mean he's not at OTAs? And it's like, I think these guys have done enough to make it to the league and to know, so
especially once you get 5+ years in and you've been with the same team 5 years, like, and we going over day one install that the rookie's trying to learn, like. I'm not gonna say it's no point of being there because it's always good to be around your teammates. It's always good to teach the young guys. But like, it's like going back to the first grade on the first day of school every time you go back to school, and then you work your way up to 12th grade work. Like, people probably gonna skip the first 3 weeks of going from first through 4th grade until they get to some stuff they're really trying to learn. So that's what it's like going back to the first day of school, like kindergarten every year when we start OTAs, and then you build it from the ground up every time, because every year is different. Like, everybody know that what happened last year don't really got no effect on what's going to happen this year.
Well, so now with that being the case for you, so this is your year 4?
Yeah, this is going into my 4th year. Yeah.
Okay, so 4 years
crazy
now.
To
so
say, for sure.
That is wild. It is wild to say. So, like, now looking at that, looking back over the last 3 years, how is it different for you now coming into? So every year you had to learn something, right? So what's different for you now going into year 4 as opposed to, obviously, rookies, you come in eyes wide open and you're trying to take it all in, but now as a pro, you kind of know your routine. What's the difference of everything?
Definitely more peace of mind. Like, I know what to expect, like, every weekend and week out. Rookie year was so crazy for me because it was the COVID year. So, like, we did all of this on iPads. Like, I didn't even go to Buffalo until mid-June of 2020. So, like, this whole time, like, well, this is still pre-draft. But after the draft, we did all that rookie, like, meetings and stuff. We was all on Zoom. And we did all of our OTAs on Zoom. And then, like, and so I didn't really know what to expect. And I kind of just got thrown into the fire. Like, we had 2 weeks of, like, phase 1 workouts that we doing now. And then training camp started my rookie year. And I'm out there. It's Josh Allen, Gabe Davis as a rookie, but he's still a good player. It's Dawson Knox, Cole Beasley. And I'm just out there just like, you know what I mean, head just spinning just trying to figure out what I'm doing, where I'm supposed to be on time and stuff like that. And so then my second year, I just knew what to expect. And I just got more comfortable in the system and just knowing how to be a pro, following Micah and Jordan around. Micah and Jordan, just following them around every day, doing what they do, asking them questions, just how to be a pro, what made you how can I stay in the league as long as them? And just, man, taking that stuff to heart and not trying to be a know-it-all, you know what I'm saying? Just being a sponge. Coach McDermott, I'm asking him, I'm trying to figure out what, you know what I'm saying, how can I be the best safety? Like, what does he see in my game that I could improve on and stuff like that? I'm just, you know what I'm saying, strengthening my sword, working on my weaknesses and improving my strengths as well. So just knowing what to work on, I would definitely say that. Like, I know my body a lot better now. Like, I know exactly what I need to work on at all times. And so that's always good. That always helps me because when I got to the league, I really didn't know, like, what what I did well compared to the college game, compared to
Mhm.
like what I did well in college, will that translate to the NFL, or will I need to do, you know what I'm saying, more things. And so just knowing what I need to work on and knowing what to expect and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, I've been in enough practices and I've seen a lot of ball and I know that I can, you know what I'm saying, make plays. And I'm just excited for the opportunity to go out there and show that.
Man, and you talk about an opportunity. I feel like so this time of year is obviously everybody's guys who are coming from college to the pros. Like you declare for the draft, you go through the whole combine thing, or you go to you do the Senior Bowl, or just whatever process. There's several processes that guys take, but you do this whole thing, and then it's the draft. It's the week of the draft, and so all the anticipation is there. And then so for a guy like you didn't get drafted, right? But then
Yeah.
you come to Buffalo, and you just mentioned, I forgot about that. Really, it was during COVID. So like you get picked up as an undrafted free agent, and then you crack the, you know what I mean, like you're part of the organization, and they keep you
Yeah.
around. Like what was that like to you? Because to me it's kind of mind blowing. Like, you grow up thinking like I'm gonna get drafted, but then it doesn't
Yeah.
work. But
All
then
that.
so just a
Yeah.
roller coaster. So
It that kind of feels just like not the story of my life, but it feels like most important times of my life, I feel like I did everything I could and I just came up just a little short, like when it
Mhm.
come to getting drafted and stuff like that. And so definitely it was a surreal moment still. I still remember when Coach Bobby Babbage called me and said, "Do you want to be a Buffalo Bill?" outside my grandma's house, and it was just like I just felt my hands got sweaty and stuff, and just I couldn't believe it honestly. And so when I got up there, I got so many people who believed in me back home. Like everybody believed in me back home in Alabama, where I'm from, Montgomery. Shout out, everybody believed in me. So I went up there and
Yeah.
just did everything I could to make the team and just played as hard as I could. And like we didn't even have no preseason. Like my rookie year was
Yeah,
the
it was
craziest
wild.
thing ever. Like it was literally 6 weeks of camp and then final cuts and then game one. And so
That's
like
wild.
the fact that the coaches and the organization believed in me enough to keep me up there for 2 years and help me develop as a player, I appreciate them for that for sure.
Yeah, no, man. But I mean, it's a major accomplishment. I mean, obviously you know that, but it's just it's a major accomplishment because there's a lot of people that feel like, well, if I don't get drafted, it's over. And you know what I mean? And
No,
there's
that's not the
guys like
case,
you,
man.
and it's just amazing to me because even now to see, um, you know, just to see how you go from Buffalo, now you're out in Arizona, and even still, like you're still developing and growing as a player. And it's like some guys would have just took that not being drafted and kind of quit, folded, and walked away, and you did your thing, man. That's dope.
I appreciate that, man. Just never quitting. Like I'm never gonna quit. I'm gonna just keep fighting because I know that once I get my opportunity to go out there and show what I can do in the field, I'm gonna take full advantage of it. And so, like this game is all about opportunity. Like how can like as an undrafted guy, I came in with Reggie Gilliam, and to see him and
Hmm.
see what he's done in this league, like how can you not be inspired by that? You know what I mean? Just seeing guys who didn't come who came just how I came into the league, and you can go out there and really put a stamp in the league and make a name for yourself. And so that's just I just you know what I'm saying. That's when you see inspirational stuff like that. How can you not want to go out there and fight and scrap for what you want out in this league? And just I mean, when you even read the statistics, I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it in a while, but like probably I won't say 50, but like 40% of the league that's playing a lot of snaps is undrafted guys.
Hmm.
And so like when you see that, it's just opportunity, man. You got to find the right system, the right coaches, somebody who's going, you know what I'm saying, pour into you and you pour into their system, and it'll mutually benefit everybody in the situation. And so that's what I think is about because the league is a lot about, you know what I'm saying, the relationships you make. Like scheme and being fast and strong, that definitely like if you don't got that, it won't work. But the relationship between the coaches and the players is what makes teams, you know what I'm saying, really click.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I'd rather be a guy that grinds and works my way up than to be like a second round pick and be a bust. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the
I
way
mean
people
it's
talk about
tough,
bust.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Hey, social media
it's
it's a tough
different.
place, man. It's tough. Like
Yeah.
for athletes, man, sometimes people really don't realize that it's tough. Like I don't like during the season I don't read. I mute NFL, Cardinals, I mute all that stuff. I don't want to see it on my timeline because I just know that people. It's just I know people care about it so much, and so they have a right to their opinion, of course. But for me to go out there and do my job, I can't look at it, man. It's tough.
See, I
Like
try
I
to.
ain't watched First Take, and I haven't watched First Take this decade on my like since 2020. I haven't watched it.
You said
Like,
forget that.
I just won't do it because I just know it's too much, man. Like it's crazy.
Well, see, now it's funny because everybody obviously looks at that differently. Some guys will tweet all season and all off season, and some guys
Yeah,
are like in their phones and everything. But I can agree with you as far as at least what I've witnessed now. Social media does it can get to a guy if you know what I mean. I've talked to several players now at this point where it's just like it really bothers them if they have a bad game or something, and the whole
yeah,
town
for
is
sure.
down
You
on
know
them or
your
something like
phone
that.
gonna blow up. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just that's the new age we in, and so it's just another thing that we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say it's too tough, man. At the end of the day, we blessed to play a game for a living, but it just comes with it with any job that anybody has. It's pros and cons, and that's just one of the cons that you have to weigh if you really want to get into this. And so it is what it is. But I just love the fact that I play a sport where people are invested. You know what I'm saying? They might not even know me. It could be an Arizona fan in Maine, 3,000 miles away, but they Sunday at 4:25 they tapped in and ready to go. And you know what I
Yep.
mean? And so like it's a blessing. Like it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? It's always two sides to the coin. And so it's just you gotta take it, roll with the punches, man. It ain't nothing too bad. We can always overcome that type of stuff, man.
Man, well, what's the vision this year? I need to know as a Cardinals fan because I know the show obviously is the Bills. You know, we're gonna have more Bills watchers than Cardinals, but
No
man, I got
doubt.
these season tickets, and I'm gonna tell
Oh
you what,
yeah,
last year was rough, and
it
it
was.
looks
Yeah.
like this year gonna be rough too. But at the same time, you know, you never know what's going on. So how this new coaching staff that's in there, how do you feel about just the direction that the team wants to go in, the culture that they're preaching right now?
Um, I'm definitely excited about our coaching staff. I feel like they're pouring into us. You know what I mean? They want to do everything they can to make us the players successful. And so when coaches, when that's their messaging, you know what I'm saying? Team first, and then they want to do everything they can to help us go out there and be successful. How can you not go out there and work hard? And so that's what we trying to do. Just go out there every day, practice winning habits, winning behavior. You know what I'm saying? Holding our teammates accountable and just going out there working hard and playing fast and not really, you know what I'm saying, not really caring what everybody else say. It's about, you know what I'm saying, the guys in there. And so I feel like if we take that kind of mentality into this year, anything can happen. I'm definitely excited about what we can do because we got good players, we got good coaches. It's just we got to go out there and put it on the field. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. NFL is you can go from every year somebody go from last to first. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so
that's a
we
fact.
just gotta go out. We just gotta go out there and put the work in every day, and then let the chips fall where they may. Because once you put the work in and you prepare, you train or you untrained. And so we want to go into this year train and ready for those situations when they come up and go out there and make plays. And so I have a lot of belief in our team. It's just that's just how I am. I always gonna ride with the guys who I'm with. So whatever
Yeah.
I can do to help them win games, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. And I know that everybody on the team gonna do the same. And so once we get our team going all in one direction, I feel like that's always a good thing.
Well, I'm rooting for you, man. Especially when Buddha came out and announced that he wanted to trade. I'm like, yo, they need to give my dog Josh that time. Give him them
Oh
snaps,
man,
man.
I gotta go earn it, man. I gotta go earn it. Whatever happens, happens. I just gotta go out there and earn my keep. And that's one thing I love about the NFL. Like if you, especially as an undrafted guy or late round pick guy, if you get on the field, that means you earned it in practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to really go out there and make a lot of plays, and that means your teammates seen it, the coaches seen it, everybody in the organization was like, "Hey man, that kid out there making plays, you got to give him a chance." And so when stuff like that happens, you already have the trust of your team, your teammates. They seen you out there making plays and stuff like that. So I just want to go out there and earn my keep, man. That's like I want to earn my meal. That's the biggest thing about this league, and so I'm looking forward to that, and I appreciate you rooting for me, man. I love to have another fan in the fan club.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And so just a couple more, and then I'll let you get on out of here, man. So week 17, everybody saw what happened with DeMar Hamlin on that Monday Night Football game, and it was it was on one hand, obviously it was scary, like to see what happened, but then on the other hand, it was a great thing to see how the NFL community as a whole kind of came together and rallied behind him. But like, so now this has been the second year in a row that I've been able to see you and Jordan and Levi together, and I see the brotherhood, I see the friendship. So I feel like even though the NFL as a community came together and like, okay, we're gonna rally behind DeMar, it's like, yeah, that's one thing. But then it's also like when you play with guys and when you have an established relationship with guys, it's a little bit different. And so I just kind of wanted to know from your perspective, what was it like for you, like, because I'm sure that had to
Man,
be tough, man. Sure.
it was a scary ordeal, man. I was out eating dinner, and the game is on, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to watch my dog because D-Ham finally, this is his year to go out there and really play a lot. So I'm like, heck yeah, it's Poe and D-Ham out there. I'm about to tap in. They about to play the Bengals. It's gonna be a good game. And D-Ham, as he always do, he up making an aggressive tackle. He stand up. I'm like, yeah, D-Ham, and he just fall. And like me and Dane are close as well because we came in together. Dane Jackson.
Yep.
We were both rookies at the same time, and so we have a great relationship as well. And just to know that him and D-Ham, they known each other since they was kids, and just to see like when I knew it was bad is when I seen Jaquan and Saran crying on TV. That was like that really like it showed me that this was not like some regular just football injury. This was something bad, and so that Monday night was tough. Like I couldn't go to sleep or nothing like that. Just hoping that he was gonna wake up and probably like it was like 2:30 out here, so like 5:30
Mm-hmm.
East Coast time. Dane texted me and said he was breathing again, and it just gave me a lot of peace to know that he was gonna be all right. And just if you know DeMar, you know he gonna fight. Like that's one thing he
Yeah.
gonna do. Shout out to Three, man. I love that dude. So this when I heard he was all like he was breathing that first night and that, you know what I'm saying, just I knew he was eventually gonna shake back because he got too kind of a spirit, you know what I mean? Just he's always been a good dude. Ever since I met him, he was an upstanding dude and just we always had a fun time together. He always laughing, joking, and just I'm just so happy for him, man. Like for him to come back and be able to be doing OTAs with the team, it's just like I said earlier, how can you not want to go out there and play when you got a guy
Yeah.
like that on your team? You know what I mean? And so got me getting emotional here, but like the love I got for him and Dane and just how much you know what I'm saying? They was already friends before they met me, and I felt like they just brought me into their group and let me meet all their people, meet their family. Like it's just, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you know what I'm saying? And so just that bond we had those 2 years with Dane and then that 1 year with D-Ham is just we became brothers in less than 24 months, you know what I mean? And so when you build bonds like that and then you see your guy go down, it's just and then he stand back up again. It's the most incredible story. Like my dog that met the president, like he was at the White House helping
Yeah.
getting some ag sign for Comey Cortis. They said is the number one leading cause in death in youth athletes. Like that's the type of stuff D-Ham do. You know what I mean? He a good dude. He always thinking of taking care of somebody else. Even he's like he turned this into the biggest positive you could from such a terrible situation. He made it that like as terrible as it was, he made it that much better with the stuff he's doing to help. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like how can you not root for a guy like that?
And his story is so incredible too, because like now on top of it just being a great story that he's back
He
and he's gonna
already
play
was
again.
before that.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, he was phenomenal. But then like now on top of it, so much is changing because of him. You got franchises like, no, we're gonna learn CPR. Everybody on the team
Yeah.
gonna learn CPR.
Shout out
That's
to Denny
amazing.
too, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
Denny, man. Denny Kellington. He was there when I was. Shout out to Denny, man. I texted him after that. I said, hey, man, I love you. Don't ever forget that, because just people doing their job. Like that's what like organizations are about. Is like everybody do their job. Everybody's gonna be taken care of. And that
Mhm.
night, you know what I'm saying? Denny went out there and did his job to the best of his ability, like taking care of his guy, because Denny cared about the people he cared for, and you could tell how he ran out there and did the CPR, got him. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, he inspiring change, and there's nothing better than you can do for that. Like it's way bigger than football.
Yeah, no, it's definitely beautiful. I can't wait to see him back.
Man,
Like I said,
you,
yeah,
I can't wait. Shout out to
yeah,
Philly,
yeah.
man. Shout out
I
to
can't
Philly,
wait to see him back. It's gonna be electric. That first game in Buffalo, like when he, it's just gonna be crazy. So, um, so look, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get on out of here. I did have this one last one because I don't get a chance to talk to too many people who's playing actively for the Cardinals now. So look, you know the struggle that I have because you played in Buffalo. You was there for a couple years. You know the food situation out in Buffalo.
Yeah, for sure.
I need some recommendations for Phoenix, man, for Glendale, Phoenix, whatever, because it's just rough out here.
Ooh,
It's
nah,
rough.
they got good food out here. It's definitely up there with Buffalo. What type of food you like?
Man, I like everything, but the thing is, so when I say it's rough, I feel like it's a whole lot more of the national chains as opposed to like,
Yeah, nah, for sure. It's
yeah,
definitely
so,
more chains out here, but you like if you like Italian food, you gotta go to North or one of the dudes at the Cardinal facility told me about it's called Espiritu. It's
okay,
nice. Um, Toca Madera. You ever heard of that place?
yeah, yeah,
Hey, you gotta go there. Get the wonton tacos. That's gonna change your life right there. Toca, Maestro's is a steakhouse. It's a good
okay.
spot. What's the other place I went to? Maestro's, or STK. STK is a nice little spot in Scottsdale. You'll like. Just a
All
bunch of
right,
spots, man. You just gotta drive around. Sometimes, man, it's beautiful out here. So I just get
yeah,
in my
just be
car and
out.
just ride and just go see. I didn't know that it looked like this out here.
Oh
I'm not even
man,
gonna front. It's gorgeous out here. The sunsets are it's insane. Like
it's amazing.
it's beautiful.
It's one of the reasons that so like for me when I left Buffalo, it was between like here, Austin, Texas, and then like I was thinking about going back to maybe Indianapolis because I got family there. Man, when I
Yeah.
came out here, kind of like
Nice.
you, I came out here for like a week, and I was like, oh, it's over. I'm going
Yeah.
like
Nah,
it's over.
when I left Buffalo and I came out here and I was just like, yeah, this a whole different thing. This a whole different type of vibe. And then Buffalo, I left right before all that. I got some crazy snow when I was there, but I got out of there before all that stuff happened this year. And I was just like,
Hmm.
man, I do not miss that snow, man. I
No,
used to struggle, man. I'm from Alabama. I ain't never seen snow like Buffalo. Like I
yeah, it's
remember
different.
I was there during the winter and it snowed like a foot and a half overnight. I was just like, I don't know about this. Like
Yeah,
this is crazy, man. But I love
and
my
people.
time there. The people up there are amazing, amazing people, man.
Yeah, well, that's the part. I mean, and some people love the cold. I get it, but it's like but that's the thing. Buffalo's a good town. You got good people,
Yeah,
the
great people,
food.
man.
It's a good football town. So so you got things, but no, out here, man, like
You can't
just
beat it, man. It's
you,
just
you
cool
can't.
West Coast vibes, man. Just
Yeah,
vibing.
yeah.
Everybody
So
laissez faire.
but all right, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get on out of here. You got anything that you want to highlight real quick? Any charitable things going on, or anything that you want to focus?
Uh, nah, man. I ain't really got none. Just go support DeMar Hamlin, man. Chasing millions. Go support his stuff. Man, look, go support any local. If somebody needs some books or something in your local neighborhoods, just find somewhere to go support, give some books out so these kids can read more. Because that's one thing for the youth, man. They need more books to read and stuff to do instead of playing on these iPhones all day. And so, just get back, tap into your youth, man, local communities and stuff like that for sure.
That's a fact, and I'll piggyback off of that and say, yeah, 100%. Go and support DeMar Hamlin's charity. I would also go and support Levi Wallace's foundation. He does amazing
No
things with
doubt.
the youth in his community.
Shout out
Jordan Poor, we can list a ton of them, but the
all
crew, I
them
wanted
boys.
to kind of
Micah
throw
Hyde,
them.
hey man, go support all them boys. They need all the funds they can get to go help the community because they always gonna give back.
And even out here, man, hey, tell Buddha not to tell him to just rescind his trade request. Just
Man,
stay,
I want
just
Buddha to
stay.
come back, man. He a great player. I enjoy just being around him for last year, man. Just seeing what make him go and how he approached the game. I really hope he come back, man, because he's one of the best players in this league, and I want to get a chance to be out there with him because he just go out there and just
Yeah.
put it all on the line, man. And I know he give back as well. So all those guys, man, go to their Instagrams, go to their Twitters. I know they got all that stuff in their bio. Just tap in and show some support, man, because it's enough out here for everybody, and some people need a little more help than others. And so you bless them, God gonna bless you back. And so that's always been my motto.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just spent the last plus 30 minutes with your boy. First of all, I gotta say thank you, man, because you really you wanted a real one, like you really a real dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Josh Thomas of the Arizona Cardinals, former Buffalo Bill. Plug in. Make sure y'all go follow him on all of the socials. I know he's on Instagram. Go follow him on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, JTZ334, man. Follow me, man. I'm gonna start posting a little more on there. Maybe get my follower count up or something, I guess. Too many trolls on there, though. I'm going to have to block the comments or something. But hey, I appreciate you for having me on, man. It's always a good time to come talk to good people.
Yes, sir. Anytime. And y'all know how we do it at Buffalo Rumblers. Y'all love each other, take care of each other, and live in peace. And as always, y'all stay positive and test negative. I'm going to say go Bills. I know you a Cardinal now, so you ain't going to do that. But go Bills. Let's get it.
Go Big Red.
Code of conduct.